Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are here at the Strive305 podcast. My name is Tico Casamayor. I'm here with my co-host, Irvans Augustin. And we have I don't want to say something inappropriate, but I was going to, a bad commissioner with us today. Very impressed. Our guest. Before I even get to that, I got a lot of stuff to say today. So prepare yourselves. Number one, I came today styling my Jordan 12s for the commissioner because I know he loves this stuff. Those are not easy to get.
What size are those? You are children's
man size 10. Stop it, Irvans. Focus, Irvans. We're doing a podcast. Okay, so I have Grant Miller came in and gave me a quote to read. Changing Southwest Dade. That is what our commissioner is doing. But I got a lot of bona fides to go over him. Check this out.
Do it.
Okay, so Commissioner Robert Gonzalez, or Roberto J. Gonzalez, District 11, ardent supporter of small businesses and entrepreneurs, that we know.
Yes.
He is also husband and father of 3. So wife, Jessica, and he has 3 daughters, Sky, Ava, and Leah.
Yes.
So did you know that?
I did know that.
You did?
I did.
All right, I'm going to give you something you don't know. Elected Miami-Dade Commissioner by wide majority of the vote. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. Concentrated on improving the quality of life for West Kendall. We know that. Protecting homeowners living in HOAs and condominium associations.
I did.
You didn't know that. I got him. So for your Miami Minute, now it's your turn. You got to get me. Fighting against child sex trafficking. I mean, it goes on and on with this guy. Entrepreneur himself. Oh, he started his own law firm. He's an attorney. He's not only good looking, he's actually smart. He's an attorney. And he's also a bodybuilder, lifter like me. We have born in Guatemala. He's Secretary, Republican Party of Miami-Dade's Executive Committee. I had to read that from 2016 to 2020. Did you know that?
Nope.
There you go. Another one I got you with. And graduated Miami Coral Park Senior High.
Yes.
You know that?
Rams.
Ah, okay. So I got a few of them in there for you.
So you're a product of Miami-Dade County Public School?
Public school system, man. I'm a product of public school system, libraries,
There's so much money being cut from that. So
that's why I'm so big on parks and libraries. Like when I was growing up, my mom cleaned houses. My dad worked in a warehouse. So during the summer, I spent a lot of time at libraries, right? And all the activities that the libraries provides for the community.
Yeah.
Stop. Don't start, you guys. Not yet. Wait. I want to mention our sponsor. We have a sponsor today, Irvans.
What's happening, Tico?
We have BB's Bakehouse as our sponsor today. Today they brought us the double chocolate chip poop emoji cookie. That is actually called
they told me. I thought there was coffee in here. You told my emotions.
That is the cup is a protein shake. It was a protein shake. I drank it on the way here because I wanted to look like the commissioner as much as possible. It's a protein shake that was developed by a chiropractor in Miami Lakes, Dr. Dennis Chang, in conjunction with BB's Bakehouse. So they sell that there too. So you can get your poop emoji.
But is it good?
Emoji. Spectacular. Delicious. Okay. Is it empty?
I'm not gonna lie. The cookie looks fire.
Oh no, that's yours.
I'm a cookie guy. My wife and I. That's like our kryptonite.
We will let you take a bite of that.
Looks fire.
You can take the whole cookie.
Despite the name of it, what's the name of it?
The Tico double chocolate chip poop emoji cookie.
The poop emoji cookie.
It sells out.
Okay, maybe not.
Casamayor poop emoji.
Yes, sir. It sells out every day. So I brought you one.
Where are these cookies at?
Miami Lakes, right in Main Street, in the center of Main Street.
Very
There's
cool.
A new BB's Bakehouse. Been there for a few years now. Great people, Venezuelan couple, George and Monica. I love them. They did another cool thing on Friday, which was they hosted a comedy show there, Don't Tell Comedy.
No way.
Yeah, so they don't tell you who's going, and you just go, and it's a surprise, and it's a great night. At the bakery, yeah, Friday night. It's the second time they do it. Okay, so that was our sponsor, and then what else we got left? We got something very important that we do before we start the show. Miami Minute, our Irvans special Miami Minute. You forgot about that, didn't you?
I did, actually.
All right, Kiki, there you go. Your picture's up.
All right. Today's Miami Minute is dedicated to District 11, and in celebration of our guest Miami-Dade County Commissioner Roberto J. Gonzalez. Your whole full government name. But you prefer people call you Rob, or what do you prefer?
A lot of people call me Rob. Yeah, Rob. My mom calls me Roberto.
District 11 is more than just a place on the map. It's a story of resilience, innovation, and vibrant diversity. So today we're taking a closer look at some of the defining moments and places that give this community its unique character. Let's start in Sweetwater, where the story is anything but ordinary. Back in the late 1930s, a group of Royal Russian circus performers with dwarfism, or that's a politically correct way to say it. Back then, they just called them midgets. All of them settled in the area and built custom small-scale homes, earning Sweetwater its early nickname called Midget Town. Sweetwater incorporated itself in 1941 with a population of just 25 people. And Miami is also a Seminole Indian word for Sweetwater. But That's how the city of Sweetwater was actually founded. But Sweetwater didn't just stay small for long. The arrival of Florida International University in the 1970s and the construction of nearby expressways helped turn it into one of the fastest growing cities in Miami-Dade. Today, it's a thriving hub for education, business, and culture, and proud anchor of District 11. Across is West Kendall and surrounding neighborhoods, you'll find landmarks that tell the story of a growing community. The Kendall Indian Hammocks Park, a 140-acre green space with disc golf, natural trails, and BMX trail. The Dadeland Mall, which opened in 1962 and helped define suburban shopping mall. That's a picture of the mall in 1962.
Wow.
That's Dadeland Mall?
There's nothing
Mall.
around there if you just could see that. And Miami Park, along with the home of cultural festivals, soccer matches, and community pride. And that's like one of those places, like, tell me you've grown up as a child in Miami. Like, everyone's gone to Miami Park at least once for the youth fair and everything else. Next, we rewind to
I used
August.
to play baseball there.
Everybody has to go there. Next, we rewind to August 1992 with Hurricane Andrew, which devastated Kendall and West Kendall. Homes were flattened, schools and businesses were gone and destroyed. But the part that people remember most is the comeback. Neighbors stepped in, strangers became friends, and from the rubble, District 11 rebuilt, stronger, more reconnected, and determined to grow. Tucked in the heart of the district is the Miami Executive Airport, originally established in the 1940s, kind of exactly what we were talking about earlier. It's primarily used for private and corporate aviation, flight training, and other non-commercial airport. Once a small regional strip, it is now one of the busiest in Florida and supports over 170,000 flights a year and plays a growing role in the aerospace and tech innovation. It's one of the largest general aviation airports in the U.S., which I didn't know the difference between MIA, which is commercial, and general, but it really is a private plane. So Tico, whenever you get but you said you flew the plane the other day?
I flew, but I don't have a license, nor do I know how to fly.
Well, you did. I haven't flown.
I survived,
though. In any case, there's an airport you can land your airplane whenever you get it. And that's your Miami Minute. From Sweetwater's one-of-a-kind founding to West Kendall's hurricane comeback to an airport aerospace innovation. And we'll see what's next. District 11 isn't just growing, it's thriving. Have a story from your neighborhood that you want us to cover, send it our way. We might just feature it. Until next time, stay cool, stay curious, and we'll see you next time. And that's your Miami Minute.
You know what's funny is I knew that about Sweetwater because the mayor of Sweetwater, Pepe Diaz, he knows so many facts about that era in Sweetwater. You guys gotta have him on the show because he knows way too much about that town. It's impressive.
But like founding with 25 people, and half of them were midgets, or the proper term, dwarfism, whatever the right way to say it. I don't know what the right term is, so.
Well, I didn't even know I didn't know that about that either. Okay, before you guys get started, number one, mention the airport. I know there's something big going on with the airport. You guys will talk about that, I'm sure. And also make sure everybody knows, or I'll tell everybody so that they know, I learned this today too. This is a commissioner that basically runs his whole town. He's the man for everything. Everything go to in his district, it all lands on him, which is great to hear, which is why you're going to see how much information he has, how smart he is. As we were warming up before the podcast show, I was like in awe of this guy. So I'm dying to hear the story. Irvans, please do a good job today. Don't make me have to jump in.
We'll figure out.
All right, go. Do your thing, boys.
You're too kind. But yes, we are 100% unincorporated Miami-Dade, which means that we have no municipalities.
That's a big distinction where you have no municipalities in your area. So if there's anything that does happen or needs to move forward, you're the person that people come to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I think that it's important to communicate with the community, right? So we have a great, if I do say so myself, thanks to David and Karim and my team, we have a great social media presence, right? Folks can DM us issues that they see on the street and we will handle them within 24 hours. They can call our office, DM us, find us on Twitter. And I think that's, technology has made it so easy to give these services,
That's amazing. And the thing you mentioned earlier, actually you mentioned it, Tico, that I didn't realize that you had your own law firm. What inspired you to actually want to open your own law firm and start your own business?
Man, that's a long story, brother. That's a long story. So I've always been intrigued by philosophy, history, etc. So I have a degree in literature and I have a minor in philosophy, right? But when I was young, I worked at gyms, right? Worked at LA Fitness. I worked at this place called Gables Fitness. When I was working at Gables Fitness, because I'm a nerd, right? Like where I like philosophy and I like Greek mythology and history and stuff. Whenever they had like a smart or a nerdy client, it's like give them to Rob, right? Let Rob take care of them because they're gonna nerd out,
You can
right?
talk shop while you
Wait, now
work
you're
out.
talking my world. The gym, when you were there, what were you doing there? You were a personal
I was a
trainer?
personal trainer.
You're
I was a
kidding.
personal trainer.
Ooh,
Yeah.
my world.
So whenever somebody came in and they needed personal training and they were into these things, bro, give them to Rob, right? So I ended up training a lot of doctors, a lot of lawyers, and I ended up training this gentleman who was like, you know, top 10 lobbyist in Florida. You know, he was in his 30s. I was in my 20s. His life is here. My life is here. He's about to have a child. I'm about to have a child. They're now best friends, right? But at that time, we're always talking about politics. We're always talking about history, philosophy. One day he pulls me to the side after we work out and he's like, Rob, I want to ask you a question, but I don't want to offend you. And I'm like, okay, what's up? And he says, is this what you're going to do with your life? And I was like, what do you mean? I love my life. I work at a gym. I literally work out all day. I sell protein shakes, right? This is a great life. And he says, man, listen, you're way too smart for this, right? Like, are you going to own the gym? Like, what's the plan? Are you going to start a chain of gyms? What are you trying to do? And, you know, I'm embarrassed to say, but at the time I was like, dude, I don't have a plan. And he's like, man, listen, you're too smart for this. Do me a favor. Go home, right? Go to law school. When you get out, I will help you find a job. Went home, figured out what an LSAT was, took the LSAT 3 months later. This guy wrote me my only recommendation letter, got into St. Thomas, graduated from law school, worked for a law firm for about 3 months, opened my own law firm, and now we're 5 attorneys, 8 paralegals deep.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah,
See, I love that where that
That
came
is
from.
amazing.
I love that came from a gym. That whole the
Hey
motivation
man,
came from the gym. world.
absolutely. I mean, think about the amount of discipline you need to really see results at the gym, right? If you can apply that discipline, and that's what I didn't have at that time. That I think Nelson was kind enough to kind of instill in me is if you apply that same discipline into business and into your career,
Yep.
you could take over the world, right?
Yes. Yeah. 100% true.
Yeah.
Wow, I love it. That is spectacular.
So they sometimes just need that motivation, that question, just
Or the
someone to
guidance,
open that
yeah.
door and tell you like there is more possible. So
Absolutely. That's why I'm so big on mentorship. I think mentorship is literally the key to success. And exactly why, like, for example, I'm one of the only commissioners that took a tour of the boot camp facility here in Miami-Dade, right? And the boot camp facility, you know, folks will get in trouble. And then through the jail system, they are offered this opportunity where they go through this military style boot camp training, but they also give them a lot of books, right? So I was privileged enough to go out there and speak to these young kids, and I gave them one of my favorite books. I see you guys have great books up here, but I gave them one of my favorite books, and I think that when you start reading these books and you get good people to tell you that you can achieve things, that's literally the key to success, right? Steve Jobs, when he was alive, he used to say that the greatest moment in any man or woman's life is when they realize that the great people that came before them are no different than they are. That's hard when you're a kid from the hood that comes from public school, right?
Training at a gym.
Whose heroes wear Jordans, and you don't know anybody who wears wingtips, or you don't know one person whose dad is a lawyer, right? That's literally my story, right? And so I feel like the more you can inspire young people to make it to the next level, the better, right?
It's just a switch.
Yeah, man, it's a mindset, right?
Everybody tells me, why do you work out? How do you stay in shape? How do you do this? Well, it's a switch, and nobody's gonna make you do it. You can't have somebody come to you and go, you're going to be a successful business owner, or you're going to be a bodybuilder and get on a stage. You have a switch in you, and it's just a little flick. Once you flick that switch, that's it. He flicked your switch, and he turned you onto that, and that was it. And look at you now.
Yeah.
Those are the things that inspire me. The same with the Strive305 initiative. You get a
Amen.
business owner that comes to you, and they don't know what to do, and you just tell them a couple little things, and and the switch flicks on, and they're gone, and then you hear the success.
Absolutely,
It's the
man.
best feeling in the world, which I see you get all the time. I guarantee you get those all the time from the people you help.
Absolutely. God is good. And I think that that's the secret to success, right? Secret to success is help as many people as possible, right? Help as many people get to the next level, and slowly but surely, good will come back to you, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people, when you hear about Miami and Miami-Dade County, people get stuck about the politics, red or blue or not. But the reality is that Miami, I think, really moves on hustle.
Amen, bro. Amen.
And then so you, in your area, in your district, what is it that you wish people knew more about your South Dade area, like that people really don't realize?
I'm going to be real with you. I firmly believe that the South and the Southwest is a crucial area that would not only connect but alleviate traffic for all of Miami-Dade County, right? And what am I really talking about? Unfortunately, I think what we've seen throughout the years is a lot of concentration on the north and the east, and so we've had a lot of the South and the Southwest being ignored.
Why do you think that is, actually?
I think that the reason for that is not a bad reason. I think that you just saw an explosion of tourism and economic drive within the North and the Northeast. And because of that, right, you want to cater to that to build. Now we have become the major metropolitan area in the world. Like, I'm not talking about the United States anymore. I'm talking about the entire world. We're the new New York. We're the new Dubai. We're the new Chicago, right? We're literally Chicago in the 40s, right? We're about to explode and be that major metropolitan area. And so what you see in major metropolitan areas that you don't see in Miami is nodes. So, for example, if you take Spain, right? Spain has places where you can literally live, work, play, and never leave in your entire life. You can walk to work. You can walk to school. You can walk to your favorite restaurant.
And it's literally physically designed. The space is designed as such, but then also in doing so, the economic concentration is also split up into nodes in the exact same way.
Absolutely, man. And I think you see a lot of that in the north, in the northeast of the county, but you don't see it in the south. So what do we have in the south and the southwest? What you have is the greatest place to live, right? Very nice homes, single family homes, great place for families, amazing schools. But there's not a lot of places to really work. There's not as much economic drive. Now, don't get me wrong. We got some of the best restaurants out there, right? Shout out to Apocalypse.
You have a lot of amazing, great restaurants.
Right. Shout out to Tacos and Tattoos. Shout out to all of these great restaurants that we have in West Jealous Fork. All of these amazing restaurants that we have in District 11 and in the South. But if we had more economic drive, right? If we had more places where we can work and we can play, what we would see is a balance of traffic. Right now, you have a lot of folks that live in the Southwest that get up every single day and they go towards downtown or towards Doral or towards Coral Gables at the same time every single day. And then you have the same amount of cars coming back every single day. Now, it's not enough to just put more restaurants out there because not everybody's going to be a waiter, right? It's not enough to just put more schools out there because not everybody's going to be a teacher, right? So we really have to look at what the future is and what the future holds. And I think that that's where Miami Executive Airport is going to play a pivotal role in the future of Miami-Dade County. Because, respectfully, I feel like space technology is the future of humankind. We're never going to leave the information age, but we're definitely gearing towards the space age, especially when it comes to defense.
And for what does South Dade need to get to that next level in regards to some of the things you're talking about?
I think we need more economic drive. We need job creation. It's not enough to just create jobs, like I said, right?
Yeah.
You need to figure out how to keep those jobs, right, so that they cater to locals. So you need to provide, in my humble opinion, technical programs. What am I talking about? Are you folks familiar with George T. Baker?
Yeah.
I think we were talking about it earlier, right? I went to George T. Baker. So I went to Coral Park, and when you go to a public school in Miami-Dade County, you can opt to go to a technical program. I literally went to George T. Baker because my mom wanted to keep me out of trouble, right? So she wanted to just stack me with things to do so that I wouldn't get in trouble. And, it worked. Like, God bless my mom. I have the greatest mom in the world. And so she puts me in George T. Baker. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. every day to catch a bus to go to Baker, which is all the way by Miami International Airport. What is George T. Baker? It is a school in Miami-Dade County where you can send your kids for free. By the time they graduate in 12th grade, they have an airframe and power plant license. That license allows them to get a job for any major airline working on airplanes, making $80,000 to $120,000 a year. Ever since 2020, you've seen a shortage because of the pandemic. You've seen a shortage in airframe and power plant mechanics. But more interesting, airframe and power plant mechanics, And the education that you need to work on airplanes is the same education that you need to work on spacecraft. How does this tie into Miami Executive Airport? Listen, you can never, ever, and I will never allow, and the governor's never going to allow space launches to happen from Miami Executive Airport or from Homestead, right? That's not what we're looking for. But there's a lot of ancillary businesses that derive from space technology that have nothing to do with space launches. In the biotech world, in the manufacturing world, in the defense world, for example, I have I don't have, District 11, we have a drone manufacturing company in District 11, right? It's a small warehouse, right? Not many square feet, but it's a small warehouse that literally is driving the future of drone manufacturing in District 11. And it's a young guy, 20-something-year-old kid, graduated from MIT, wanted to come back home to Miami, right? Set up this warehouse, hired a whole bunch of airframe and power plant mechanics, A&P mechanics. A lot of them went to Baker. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're developing all this new technology for drones right here in Miami. So we got to follow what's happening and what's trending, right? The governor has made it a mission to make Florida the head of space for the country in the future. And I think he's done a terrific job, right? You guys should have Rob Long on your show, right? From Space Florida. I mean, he can tell you all the things that Space Florida is doing, and I can make that connection if you'd like.
Yes.
But he can tell you all the great things that Space Florida is doing to drive these space companies to Florida. But in Central Florida, I think what has happened because of the initiatives that Ron DeSantis has pushed is we've seen folks in the Senate like Ashley Moody and Rick Scott partner together to try to bring NASA to Central Florida. As you know, that's where Kennedy Space Center is. This is where the space launches are taking effect, right? You have Blue Origin out there. You have SpaceX out there.
Have you ever gone to that? You ever
No,
take
I haven't.
pictures?
I haven't.
Oh, dude, it's at another level.
It's pretty awesome.
No, it's awesome. It's
We're gonna
at
bring
another
this
level.
guy on the show, and then
Well, he's coming here. He's not going to NASA.
but
We need to go over there.
I'll get him to invite me to go with him, so that I get a nice behind-the-scenes thing.
Yeah.
But keep going.
And I'm
you're
sorry.
killing
Look,
me with this
I'm
stuff,
long.
yeah.
I'm long-winded.
No,
I'm
but
long-winded, but I
No, it's
promise
fine.
you,
I wanna
all of
hear
this
the end
stuff
of it, yeah.
connects. All of this stuff connects. More importantly, the ex-lieutenant governor of Florida, right, Jeanette Nunez, who is absolutely brilliant, right? I'm a little biased because she's my mentor, but she's absolutely brilliant. She's the head of Space Florida. Guess what she's doing now?
She's at FIU, right?
She's the president of FIU. FIU is about to beef up their engineering program. Now imagine a county, imagine a Miami-Dade, a southwest region of Dade, where you have folks from Keone McGee's district, right? Down in the south, folks from Homestead, folks from Doral, folks from Kendall, Westchester, all of these young kids coming to Miami Executive, where I have secured deals with 3 different schools. 1, George T. Baker. Remember George T. Baker, right? 2, Miami-Dade College. Miami-Dade College is now working with but many of the high schools in Miami, where they're going to be able to give kids this option to get into aerospace technology at a young age while they're in high school getting college credits. Also, the Brits program with Barrington Irving. Are you folks familiar with Barrington Irving?
No.
You gotta have Barrington on. Barrington is the first African-American pilot to fly around the world. Miami guy, success story, has put all his money into helping young people, especially people that are going through tough times and they need that mentorship, like what we were talking about. He helps these young people go into aerospace programs so that they can develop skills in the aerospace world. So all of these 3 entities have now set up shop at Miami Executive Airport, right? And the reason I did that is because I see where the future is going. If we have our young people being trained from 9th grade to 12th grade in the aerospace and the aerospace technology industry, and we have FIU beefing up their engineering program, what you're going to see in the very near future, right? I'll probably be gone, but this is where the infrastructure is. What you see is a pipeline of workers that are ready, willing, and able to supply the future of aerospace and space manufacturing for Central Florida. So again, no space launches here, but all of these ancillary businesses and all of this economic
that help
drive.
support and connect to that. Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
That's awesome. And are you putting because one of the things we're doing with Strive305 is just identifying opportunities for how to engage and help small businesses, and then also more importantly, like how do people connect and learn about some of these things that you're talking about?
Yeah, man. I look, and I think you guys have been doing a fantastic job, right? Like shout out to the mom and pop grant. I think the mom and pop grant is one of the best things that has been done in Miami-Dade County for a very long time. And I hope that the mayor reconsiders and puts it back in the budget because it helps a lot of businesses. So it goes back to education.
But you guys vote as a commission for those things. So
absolutely.
I mean, if there's an opportunity as a commission.
Absolutely. And this is why I'm pushing for line items, right? I want to see line items so that we can figure out what the necessities are, right? We make sure we take care of the necessities and the things that are nice to have. Sometimes you can't do them, right? But back to the mom and pop grant. When I first got to District 11, right? I mean, you mentioned I don't have any cities, right? Mm-hmm. So it's all unincorporated Miami-Dade. I'm the guy. When I first got there, our first year with mom and pop, there was like 60 people that applied, right? Embarrassing. The reason that there was only like 60 people that applied is because nobody knew that this program existed. Yeah. So we went on social media, we made videos, we informed the community, we had town halls. Now we have like 300 people that show up on a regular every year for the mom and pop. And not everybody gets the mom and pop grant, but guess what it does? It's almost like a networking opportunity, right? Because everybody comes in and they help each other out. You know, we have, I got this pizza shop. It's called Strange Beast. If you haven't been there, it's amazing. Incredible pizza shop. You guys have the coolest
names, restaurants over there.
Dude, look, straight up, I'm challenging all my commissioners. I got the best pizza in District 11.
I love it.
Vice City Pizza, Strange Beast.
Strong
dude
statements or
bro
best
some
pizza?
Of the best you guys like Detroit style pizza?
Yes, I like all pizza, but yes,
Vice City Pizza, bro. I'm telling you right now, fire.
Now we got to do a food eating tour, dude.
Yeah, but the point was strange. The owner of Strange Beast is this, you know, this young guy, ex-military guy, started a restaurant out there, and he's just helped all of these young people that have wanted to start restaurants by just giving them advice, right? Not charging them, not, you know, trying to take anything from them, but like we were talking about, mentoring them and trying to lift them up. And you know, we have some heavy hitters down there.
No, it's amazing. And I think that again, like everything you're highlighting now and some of the other small businesses that are there for people to connect with, using the Strive305 platform, and I think also just connecting with us as small business ambassadors, basically there's definitely more ways that we can engage and help what's happening in South Dade and to kind of elevate. And that's why we do this.
Well, to your point, you know what I did as soon as I got there, right? I started taking a tour of all of these great businesses, right? The wing shops, the pizza shops. I was even at Vice City making pizza, just to highlight, hey guys, we have this here, right? We have this down here in the South. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's worth it. Yeah. And by doing that, you started seeing how a lot of these businesses, you know, started getting more business just because they're out there, right?
Yeah. No, it really is about.
I know where you're getting to. The point you're getting to is resource. So basically, Strive305, we have a website. We meet every week to make it better and better and better, and build it and build it and build it. And adding resources. You're a resource to your district there. But everybody, all those things you mentioned are resources we can put on the site for people to find. Yeah. You know, people search, and then the more we grow this, the more it becomes beyond Miami-Dade County. You know, make Strive305 a portal, website where everybody can learn things that you said nobody knew about the mom and pop.
Right.
Those can be on there. All the people you're mentioning, everything. We put them all as resources.
Are you helping to facilitate like new businesses that want to open up there? Are you offering things like that? Like,
absolutely.
You could totally put that on the platform.
I'm going to challenge him right now.
Absolutely.
Because you know what's my
dude? Let's do like a town hall for young or for people that want to go into business. I would be so down for that. Right. Let's do a town hall at a library and just, you know, cater it to folks that want to be entrepreneurs or want to start a business in Miami-Dade. Hey, listen, here's a town hall as to what you're going to need to do and how we can help. Right.
Yes. And what I like to do, what I told you in the beginning, where the poop emoji came to life, right? The Tico poop emoji came to life at a ribbon cutting. use me, use us whenever you have a small business that wants a ribbon
Okay,
cutting.
let's do it.
ribbon cuttings together. We can promote them. We can put them on the site.
Careful what you wish for, bro. I'm annoying. I'm telling you right
We'll
now.
go crazy together. You kidding me? I'll buy.
Have you met him?
Yeah, you'll see. I'm much worse. But yes, we can do ribbon cutting. And for your long-standing ones, 10-year or 25-year business, we can do proclamation events. But with the purpose of promoting them to get them more, to help them start up.
Absolutely.
Because that's the hardest thing for people to do when they open a business. They're grinding, is the marketing. They don't know how.
And to also understand
Google pay-per-click, that's very expensive. All these things,
and just
we
like
can
little
help
things
push
like
them.
that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Together,
There's this great spot out in West Kendall. It's called Mellow Grapes. And it's basically like a small winery, right? But they do a lot of cool events, right? Like I know you mentioned that you were at a business that does they have comedy shows, right?
Yes.
So they do comedy shows, they do live poetry, stuff like that, and it's a lot of local artists, right? Like local Miami artists, local Miami comics that go out there and they put on a great show, dude. They put on a great show.
Local Miami comics are? We had one on here. We had one from the Don't Tell. That's a small business. That's
of course,
a one-man small business.
100%.
Solopreneur.
Huh?
Solopreneur.
Yeah. Oscar is good people. That was the guy that we had on. He was one of the comedians from one of those the shows that I saw.
Awesome.
And he was telling me he works for UM. He's actually what was it that he was? A counselor in UM.
No way.
And he teaches at FIU.
No
and this
way.
guy's dream is to be a comic. So that's his small business that he's below. He's all trying to get going and the whole thing. So
I'm telling you,
those are
man,
all
Miami
people that we can help.
Miami has so much talent. Like our comic game is up there right now. Our comic game is up there. Our local music game is up there. Our local artist game is up there.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you guys. The more we can showcase it, the better.
You know Marcelo from Saturday Night Live?
Marcelo's from Miami.
He's a
Miami
guy.
guy.
He went to school with my kid.
Was he?
Okay,
Yes,
cool, bro.
I have a clip of him. I hope he hears this. I have a clip of Marcelo that my son took. My son was the video guy in Belen, right? And then in the end, final senior year, they all did little clips. And he did one dressed as a little old lady. I've seen it. My son goes, oh, yeah, I'm the only person in the world that has this because he found it in his computer from 2015.
No way.
And I go to him, my God, let me post it. Let me send it to him. Let me use it. He refuses. And he's on a chat with him. I go, send it to him so he can see it. He goes, no, I'm not going to be you. He says it's intrusive and annoying. I go, are you kidding me? That thing is probably gold. Maybe he wants that from,
100%,
from the
man.
past.
100%.
From his skits. My son tells me the teachers would end class early so he can do a little skit before the class was over. That's how he got rolling. And that's straight from Miami, from one of, Cuban from our world.
Yeah, man.
You realize what happened, right? We're way over time and nobody's told me because I'm looking at zeros on the clock. That's because I told you I was going to love it. So you got to end it. Irvans, go. Finish up. Any last important questions? Anything, Commissioner?
No, I was going to say if there's any final, how do your constituents get in contact with you?
Yeah, you can get in contact with us. Again, you can do it through social media, Rob J. Gonzalez FL on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Or you can call our office, 305-375-5511. We're here to help. I don't care where you're from. Even if you're not from the district, if we can't help you, we will guide you to the person that can. 305-375-5511.
I didn't get that question off, but I wanted to, which was, what happens if you're not? Because let's say, I fall in love with you and I want to ask you and I need your help and I'm not from your district. Can we still do it?
You would be surprised how many calls I get from outside the district. We're happy to help. And we have a great team, right? A great team of folks that really, 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 really want to help. So even if you're not from the district, you call our office, we will point you in the right direction. And there's a lot of commissioners that operate like that too.
Yeah, I can confirm his team is great. I've spoken to David and he's got his man right over there. They're all great people.
Yeah, man.
Thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We'll definitely have to have you back after some of these elements start happening in South Dade, or even like the drone guys or some of the other small business. Thanks so much for coming.
Bring the pizza guy. You could be a sponsor and bring me a pizza.
Hey, you got to have the guys from Space Florida, man. I'm telling you, that's the future.
All right, I love it.
We'll connect.
End it. All right, so
who do we thank?
We got to thank, of course, Manny Sid, our Strive305
Manny Sid,
leader.
But he doesn't like to say his name, so don't say Manny.
He doesn't like accolades. Obviously, Mayor Levin Cava, this is her initiative that put this all together. And our boys here at Community News, Grant Miller for his great quote in the beginning of the...
And our producer, Alex.
Grant Miller. And everybody, Mike Miller and you, Irvans, because of your keeping me calm and not letting me talk too much. If not for you, this would be the Tico podcast and nobody would ever say a word. So thank you. And he has a great, let's follow him on LinkedIn. He makes some great posts after our things, very insightful, very, very, like your voice, the Jason Derulo thing I mentioned earlier too. You have that
I'll take your word for it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, the girls are already lining up outside waiting for him. It's every show. They line up, paparazzi. It's horrible. Well, thank you very much, everyone. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next one. Go ahead, Alex. Give me my countdown because I won't shut up until I hear see number one.
Thanks, guys. God bless.
He really